So this is a new realm or new region. പിന്നെ സംസാരിക്കാതിരിക്കുക കേട്ടോ. Okay, regarding the neotropical region or neotropical realm, it means basically the South American region. Here you can find the major regions of the world or major realms of the world. And I think we have studied about Ethiopian realm and also Australian realm. And we have to cover few more realms like Nearctic there is there, Palearctic is there, Oriental is there, and today we will be taking the Neotropical realm. Now about the geographical regions or geographical limits of the Neotropical realm, we can first see that it includes South America. South America means this is the South America. Along with the South America, there are certain countries here. These countries are part of the Central America. So Central America is actually a land bridge which is connecting North America and South America. So these Central American countries are also part of this Neotropical realm. Then we have Caribbean islands and southern Florida. Where is Caribbean islands? These are the Caribbean islands. These islands situated here are known as the Caribbean islands. And this is the United States, and there is a projection here. This projected part is known by the name Florida. So Florida is also part of Neotropical region or Neotropical realm. So coming to the geographical limits, these are the major regions and southern part of Mexico. This area is the Mexico. This southern portion of Mexico is also part of Neotropical region. So so the entire South America, the Caribbean islands are the portion of Florida and the southern portion of Mexico and Central America. These are the regions which are coming under the Neotropical region or Neotropical realm. Now, what are the physical features that we have to study? Before that, physically it includes the tropical terrestrial ecoregions of America and entire South American temperate zone. We have to understand what is the meaning of that sentence. Physically, it includes entire tropical ecoregion, tropical and terrestrial ecoregions. So here you can see that this is the equator. This middle line is known as equator. And this line is the Tropic of Cancer. 23.5 degree north latitude is known by the name Tropic of Cancer. And similarly, there is another line here which is known as the Tropic of Capricorn for 23.5 degree southern latitude. Now, the region between these two lines are known by the name tropical belt or tropical region. What is the importance of tropical region? The direct rays of sunlight will be coming there. But if you go to the northern or southern region, slanting or sloping rays of sunlight will be reaching there. So the heat of the sunlight may not be as intense or as strong as in the case of this tropical region. So tropical regions are getting more sunlight, more heat from the sunlight also. So here you can see so if you look at the map you can see that this is the entire South America, the tropic. This is the tropical belt of South America, and the countries which are coming south of this Tropic of Capricorn are actually placed in temperate regions of South America. Here there are some countries like Argentina. Argentina is one country here. Then in this region, then Chile is there. So these are some of the major countries. Then few more countries are also there. And all these countries are coming under the temperate region. So coming to the South American realm, we are finding two types of region. One is the tropical region in the northern portion and the temperate region in the southern portion. So these are the two types of climatic region or eco regions that we are finding in the South America. And the difference between tropical and temperate we have discussed. In the case of tropical region, the temperature will be about 20 degrees centigrade, between most of the time around 25 degrees centigrade as in the case of Kerala. But going to temperate region, it will be most of the time below 20 degree and usually centered around 15 degree or 10 degrees centigrade. That will be the temperature in a temperate country. Now, the Neotropical Floristic Kingdom excludes southernmost South America, which is instead of placed in Antarctic Kingdom. Because just like the zoological classification, there is another classification dividing the entire world into floristic kingdoms based on the type of plants there. And most of the time, this floristic kingdom and geographical realms are somewhat similar. But in the case of this South America, the southern tip, the southernmost of tip of South America is actually placed by floristic botanist or plant taxonomist in the Antarctic kingdom. This Antarctica is considered as another region. So here you can see that this is the Antarctic tip of Antarctica and this is the tip of South America. That region is known by the name Cape Horn because it is slightly horn-like in shape. That is why it is known as the Cape Horn. This is the Cape Cameron and this is the Cape of Good Hope. So these are the different capes that we can find in the world. So this region is actually placed in the floristic botanical classification of floristic classification Antarctic Kingdom. But in the zoogeographical realm, it is also part of the Neotropical realm itself. So there may be some difference at the extreme south of South America. Now you can see this is an idea regarding what are the major countries here. This is the Argentina and there is an Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil, Bolivia, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guyana. French Guyana is actually under the control of France. Then Equator, then here you can find the Galapagos Islands, and these are the Central America, Mexico. Here there is a small island known by the name Falkland Islands, and that is also under the control of UK. This is another island called South Georgia Island, it's still under the control of UK. UK is controlling many small islands all over the world because in these islands population may be very small. Even if they fight with the UK, they cannot make much significant impact. So these island people always think it is better to be part of UK than be part of a smaller island. So we will now see what are the major physical features. We will take one by one. The first physical feature is that they are having a tropical climate. So we have already seen what is a tropical climate because this is the equator and most of these regions are present because what are the countries which are coming under the tropical climate? Paraguay, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Ecuador. So here also Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana. So majority that is half of the countries, more than half of the countries present in South America is having a tropical climate, almost like the climate of Western Ghats or in a Kerala region. So that is what. So there is so much similarity between our area and the South American tropical belt. Then next is the southern region extends to south temperate zone. Here you can see that this is the southernmost region. This southernmost region is actually near to the Antarctic region. Here you can see that the southern region is near to the Antarctic region, and because of its closeness or nearness to Antarctic region, it is also very much colder, and many of the features of Antarctic region can also be present found in the southern tip of South America. Then next point is a large tract of rainforest in the Amazon region. You will see this is the Amazon rainforest. So you can see that how thick this Amazon rainforest, most of the time we call it as the lungs of the lungs of the world, because Amazon is a very large area. I will show you how large that area is. So this is the Amazon. See, this entire green area is known as Amazon or Amazonia. So more than one third of South America is actually Amazon forest. Right now, this Amazon forest is experiencing lot of destruction, and the people there are thinking that these forests are present everywhere. So many people there, the people living there are simply cutting trees for either agriculture, or for converting it into grassland, or for business interest. They are cutting the forest of Amazon. And what we are now facing, because Amazon is being destroyed day by day, the ability of the world to produce enough amount of oxygen is reduced. Ability of the world to cool the world is also reduced. And you might have noticed in paper and also in TV, in many parts of UK, France, temperature has reached the level of 40 degrees centigrade, much hotter than in Kerala. So that kind of heat waves were unusual in Europe. One of the major reason is that changes in climate. So now what is going to happen in Europe, nobody knows. Gradually the temperature of the country will be increasing. So more heat waves will be coming. So that will be affecting the life of the human beings and also life of plants and also animals. So Amazon is a very major, is an important area in South America, occupying a large portion of South America. Then next point is the large tract of rainforest in the Amazon River. Now the western part characterized by long Andes mountains. Where is the western portion? This region is the western portion, and what is shown in brown is actually Andes mountain range. Just like the Himalayan mountain range, they have Andes mountain range, and Andes mountain range is actually a part of is actually blocking the entire western region. And because of its blocking of entire western region, the wind flow is also blocked, and due to that, several areas in this area are actually experiencing a desert climate. So there are some major deserts here called Atacama Desert, and this is located here in this area. So they are experiencing a dry climate, and in the Andes mountain, it is like Western Ghats. The altitude will be much higher. So in the Andes climate, we can find a mountain. Mountain means in a high altitude vegetation. We can find in this Andes mountain range. Then extensive areas of savanna are found in tropical region. What is savanna? Somewhere here, this is the Andes mountain. So the top regions of Andes mountains are covered with snow, just like Himalayas. So lower regions are somewhat drier. So this is the Andes mountain. Then here also you can find another picture of the extent of Andes mountain. How long this Andes mountain? I think more than 2,000 or 3,000 kilometer in length. So and this is a savanna. What is a savanna? So in the use of savanna, savannas are basically grassland. And in this grassland, few trees may be there. Maybe not much trees like this will be there. So savannas are grassland. Here you can see that. What are the major grasslands of South America? Different types of grasslands are there. So here in the Amazon region, the Brazil region, there is some grasslands are there. Here also different types of grasslands are. So all these are grasslands. So different grasslands which are present in South America are exhibited here. This is another map showing the savanna. Here, this is the savanna region, and this is all this and this are basically this is a grassland, and this is also savanna region. So these two are combined to form the grasslands of South America. So if you look at the political map, you can see that many countries like the countries like here this Paraguay, Bolivia, Argentina, Uruguay. all these countries are coming in the grassland regions of South America. That is why the people coming from those countries are very good in football because they have a lot of ground there, open grounds are there. That is why always South Americans are very smart, very good in playing football. So that means a large. Then another reason contributed by the grassland is that because grasslands are there, there are a lot of cattle also there. And if you go to, if you have relatives in Gulf countries, in the case of Gulf countries, majority of the milk and meat products are coming from South America. Because in this grassland, large areas are actually taken over by cows, or and there are a lot of cow farms are also there. And along with the cow farms, poultry farms are also there because if you are living abroad you may come in the most of the chicken that is reaching Gulf countries and other countries all the world are actually coming from South America. So the a large area of South America is actually occupied by grasslands. Here you can say these are the major grasslands of South America. Now next point is the desert and sub-desert are also present. That is because of the presence of this Andes mountain range. Because of the presence of Andes mountain range, many areas of South America are facing desert, especially the western region of South America. Here I will show you the desert region. This is the desert, Atacama Desert of South America. Here you can see that some area, this area, because of the presence of Andes mountain, certain areas east of Andes mountain are actually in a rain shadow region. And due to the presence of this mountain, the colder winds are not coming there, and there is no rain in those desert region. One major desert is Atacama Desert here, and that is part of Argentina actually. So this is the Atacama Desert, and you can see how it is one of the driest deserts in the world. Then next region that we can find in South America, another point is that its fauna and flora are distinct from Nearctic because of the long separation of two continents. Now you can see that this these two regions actually, these two regions were right now together, but that linking of South America and North America had taken place around 3 lakh years back. Before 3 lakh years ago, South America was a separate continent, and North America was another separate continent. So there was no connection between South America and North America. So animals in South America may not be able to cross into the North America. So it was because of the presence of this land bridge that they have developed around 3 lakh years ago. Animals from South America moved to North America, and animals from North America moved to South America. That movement of animals or migration of animals from north to south and from south to north is known as Great American Interchange. So it's one of the greatest migration in animal history. So that is the importance of this region. Then the formation of isthmus. Isthmus actually means a narrow strip of land, a narrow land bridge or isthmus of Panama, joined two continents 2 to 3 million. 1 million is 10 lakh. So around 20 to 30 lakh years ago, these two continents were joined by a land bridge and precipitating the Great American Interchange. By Great American Interchange, we mean the movement of animals from South America to North America and from North to South America. So that is considered an important biogeographical event in the world. So here you can find how thick and how diverse the Amazon rainforests are. Now, still many regions of Amazon are like that, but every day people are some of the fires are actually caused by nature itself, but people are also causing fire because they want to convert this forest into grassland so that they can rear or they can cultivate they can grow their cows and cattle there. So that is the purpose by which if you look at the satellite map, we can find large areas of Amazons are under fire. Now, fire is causing because of the climate change in many parts of the Europe. Because last week it was shown that Spain, France, Germany, and Greece, all these countries, the fire is taking place. The forest fires are taking place, and many firefighters also lost their life. So the climate change is causing a lot of calamity. Right now, we are in a safer part of the world. In every way, we are not facing much problem either because of COVID or either because right now, what you just check around the countries around India, what is happening in Sri Lanka, what is happening in China, what is happening in Pakistan. And in most of the countries, our neighborhood is in somewhat an economical trouble. And we are not, but luckily we do not have that much economical trouble. And similarly, in the use of climate also, we are still not experiencing any major change in the climate of India. But that is not the case. If you go to Australia, many parts of the Australia are facing frequent floods. In the case of Europe also, the last year there was a major flood in Germany. So climate change is putting a lot of trouble for people all over the world. You might have, if you have any relatives in Canada, they might have told that in a few months back, a heat stroke was developing in Canada. So everywhere the climate is changing. Then coming to the another area is that the rainforest ecoregions are one of the most important reservoirs of biodiversity on Earth. This Amazon is not just is having a lot of plants as well as animals, and Amazon is now considered as one of the biological hotspot because the world body has identified 25 major regions in the world as biologically rich region or biological hotspot, and one such a region is Western Ghats, and in India the Assam, the northeast is also considered as a hotspot, and similarly the Amazon region is also considered as a biological hotspot. That means that there is a high diversity of plants and high diversity of animals there. And many of the animals and plants are living in the Amazon region may not have been studied still because maybe the larger animals like mammals, reptiles, etc. may be properly studied. But there are a lot of smaller animals like insects, spiders, or other kinds of smaller animals which may not be easy to find. So a large number of species are still being unknown, and when the forests are disappearing, these animals are also disappearing or getting extinct. So that is the problem of destruction of Amazon rainforest. Then homes to diverse groups of indigenous people. Because if you look at the right now, what we are seeing in Amazon is actually mixed civilization. The Amazon actually was the South America was actually a country of South American people, or we call the Red Indians. Now, still, if you go to the many parts of this Peru, like or Bolivia, still we can find that their habits are habitat mode of living are completely different. When Europeans occupied South America, especially the Portuguese and Spanish people, they are the major the major people who have occupied South America and ruled South America, and they have converted all the natural their civilization into a civilization like that of the Europe. So they have also exploited that country to a large extent. Now, if we in many parts of South America, still the remainings of the Spanish colonial rule is visible. So, if you go the major, even they have also destroyed the language of South America. Now, in Brazil, it is the Portuguese. In many parts of South America, it is in Spanish. So the Spanish and Portuguese are the two major languages spoken in South America. When I was studying in history in school classes, one of my history professor used to say that Indians are at least lucky that Portuguese and Spanish people or French did not rule our country for a long. If Portuguese were ruling our country, they would have changed. There may not be any religion here. There will be only one language, only Portuguese. That is a style of ruling that Portuguese people did all over the world. So that is true because British people have no such interest. They are only interest or economical interest. So that is the situation in South America. Then the number of these people continues to decline significantly due to exponential expansion of urbanization, roads, pastoralism. Pastoralism means converting forest into grassland. That is meaning of pastoralism. Forest industry. So these two factors. One is conversion of forest into grassland. Second is the cutting down trees for forest industries are actually destroying the most of the regions of South America. And right now, what is happening is that these tribal groups in South America are not able to live there. Even in Kerala, we know what is the problem faced by our tribal communities. So in this Amazon region, large group of tribal communities are there, and they are always in fighting with the government there. Sometimes if you are watching TV news regularly, you can see that the conflict between tribals in South America and the government in South America are always common, even in the news. In South America alone, some 350 to 400 indigenous languages are there. So they are the main languages of South America, and dialects are 1,500. And see, just now when the Europeans invaded South America, there was 1,500 different types of languages. Now only 350 to 450 languages are existing. That means how much they have changed the landscape and the culture of South America. You can understand from that word. And many of these languages and cultures are still in an endangered situation. Accordingly, the conservation in neotropical zone is a hot political concern. Because if you go to South America and you are saying that you want to protect the forest, you want to protect the grassland, naturally you will be coming in a strong argument with another group, because there is another group who is mainly concerned with the forest industries, mainly concerned with the money making from pastoralism or converting into grassland. They are a strong group, they are a strong lobby, and sometimes a mafia groups also, and they are always in conflict with the tribal people. So this is the problem that South America is right now facing. Some groups are wanting to exploit South America economically. Others, like tribal societies, want to conserve the original habitat. So there is constant fight, political fight between these groups in South America. So these are some of the major issues in conservation that we are finding in South America. So that's regarding the physical features. And the next class we will be studying about the sub-regions of South America. So you can take down one question. Give an account of the physical features of South America.